A 16-year-old boy walked onto the biggest stage in America holding his mother's hand, not because he was nervous but because he literally could not see where he was going. Doctors had told his parents years ago that their baby would never watch a sunset, never see their faces, and never live a normal life. But tonight, in just 60 seconds, this blind teenager would open his mouth and make Simon Cowell cry for the first time in 14 years of judging television. Before we begin, if you believe in miracles and the power of never giving up, hit that subscribe button right now and join this family of believers. The auditorium fell silent as a young man was guided onto the stage by his mother. To the casual observer, he looked like any other nervous contestant on America's Got Talent, but there was something different about him, something in the way he held his mother's arm just a moment longer before letting go. His name was Guardino, he was just 16 years old, and he was about to deliver a performance that would reduce even Simon Cowell to tears. What the audience didn't know, what they couldn't see from their comfortable seats, was the journey that had brought this young man to this moment. Christian had been blind for most of his life. When he was just a baby, doctors diagnosed him with a rare retinal disease called Leber congenital amaurosis. The diagnosis was devastating. His parents were told that their beautiful baby boy would never see their faces, would never watch a sunset, would never read a book. The world of sight would forever remain a mystery to him. But Christian's story was far from over. As he grew, his parents noticed something remarkable about their son. Despite his blindness, despite the darkness that surrounded him, Christian had music in his soul. He would listen to songs once and then sing them back perfectly. His mother Elizabeth later shared that music became his escape, his joy, his way of experiencing a world he couldn't see. Now here is where this story takes its first dramatic turn. When Christian was 12 years old, everything changed. Doctors approached his family with an experimental gene therapy treatment. It was risky, it had never been tried quite this way before, but it offered a glimmer of hope. Christian's parents made the difficult decision to move forward, and after the procedure, something miraculous happened. For the first time in his life, Christian could see. He saw his mother's face. He saw the blue sky. He saw the world that music had only allowed him to imagine. But life has a way of testing those who have already been through so much. Christian's mother later revealed in interviews that her son had always been humble and goofy, with a heart full of dreams. His father worked as a pizza man, his mother as a nurse. They weren't wealthy people, they were just a family who believed in their son when the world told them not to. Back on that AGT stage, Christian began to sing. He chose a song that would challenge any vocalist, a Jackson 5 classic that had launched the career of a young Michael Jackson. When the first notes left his mouth, something shifted in the room. The audience leaned forward. The judges, who had seen thousands of performers, sat up straighter in their chairs. There is a moment in every great performance when technique transforms into magic. For Christian, that moment came about 30 seconds into his song. His voice, rich with soul and emotion, filled every corner of the theater. Howie Mandel's mouth dropped open. He stood up, placing his hands over his heart, watching in complete disbelief. Mel B was overwhelmed. Heidi Klum sat speechless. But it was Simon Cowell's reaction that told the full story. Simon, the man who has made a career out of being difficult to impress, the man who has told countless contestants that their dreams weren't good enough, sat with widened eyes. When Christian finished, Simon asked for 10 seconds just to collect his thoughts, something he rarely does. Simon then delivered a verdict that nobody expected. He told Christian that he had started like a little mouse but had turned into a lion. He called Christian one of his favorite contestants he had seen all year. Not just in terms of voice, but as a person. Simon Cowell, the Ice King of talent shows, had been completely and utterly won over. And then Howie Mandel walked toward the Golden Buzzer. For those who don't know, the Golden Buzzer is the highest honor on America's Got Talent. It sends a contestant directly to the live shows, bypassing all the elimination rounds. When Howie's hand came down on that buzzer, golden confetti exploded everywhere. Christian broke down in tears. His mother rushed from backstage to embrace her son, and they stood together in that golden rain, holding each other. But here is the twist that makes this story even more remarkable. Christian hadn't told the full extent of his story on stage. His mother later shared that even after the experimental surgery, even after gaining his sight, Christian never stopped fighting. He faced challenges that most of us cannot imagine. The world he had learned to navigate in darkness was suddenly different in light. He had to learn to connect sounds to sights, to rebuild his understanding of reality. And yet, there he stood, a young man who had been blind, who had been given the gift of sight, who had faced more obstacles by age 16 than most people face in a lifetime, singing his heart out on the biggest stage in America. When the confetti settled and the tears were wiped away, Christian's journey on America's Got Talent was just beginning. He went on to perform in the live shows, each performance reminding viewers why Howie Mandel had been moved to press that golden buzzer. But more important than any competition result, Christian Guardino became a symbol of something bigger. He became proof that our limitations do not define us, that the human spirit is capable of overcoming even the darkest circumstances. His mother said something after that audition that has stayed with me. She said that Christian had always wanted to perform, always dreamed of this moment. And now, standing in that golden confetti, holding her son who could finally see her tears of joy, she knew that dreams really do come true. As for Christian, he continues to sing, continues to inspire, continues to prove that with faith and perseverance, anything is possible. He often says that he doesn't want to be known as the boy who was blind, but as the singer who moved people. And moved people he certainly did. Thank you for watching this incredible journey. Before you go, I would love to connect with our community. Please drop a comment below and tell me which part of the country you are watching from tonight. Are you in New York, Christian's home state, or somewhere across this beautiful nation? I read every single comment and I cannot wait to see where our AGT family is watching from today.